showdown. The rivalry once thought dead and gone, but it is back. And now we find out who gets the right to lay claim to the football-obsessed state of Texas. This matchup has had all kinds of great moments, and we're ready for some more. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Longhorns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas A&M's offense will get first crack at it today. The Aggies sawed varsity's horns off the last time they faced Texas.
Yes, they did, and they gave it to them. And a lot of A&M fans throwing the horns down, disrespecting Texas fans. Texas has had a little bit to think about that, Palmer.
It's helped Texas A&M on the recruiting trail this offseason. Reveille's got more pep to her step. Everybody loved it in College Station.
They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Got him downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love. Now, Jesse, how do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Got his man quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. The Longhorns offense will go to work for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right? Jesse.
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the...
Turning it on! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Longhorns will hustle to the line.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Manziel.
Nice complimentary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Manziel. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Motion from the back. Back to pass on 2nd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Heat. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Longhorns didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Wants to keep it in the air. Firing to the right, complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. To the end zone, and is picked off. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Hand off from the shotgun. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. And he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Parker. They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on... Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
They go to the draw. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. The Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Longhorns are on the move.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quick.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Rides the back and leaves it. Picks up the first down. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the 2nd quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Texas offense. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Fires complete on the crosser. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Trying play action. He's got him. There he goes. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because he gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Power football with the run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Longhorns will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Slithers into space. Breaks into the open. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Complete. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Aggies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Going to try, picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Man. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab down the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
The Aggies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Running back searching for a hole. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
You got to be impressed with this offense and how they've been able to run the football and move it down the field, just being more physical in the trenches and getting some push. And leading by 3 right now down here in the red zone on 3rd down, I'm not so sure they won't run it again or give it to their running back in space and see if he can make something good happen.
Looking to fire. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Aggie.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and...
It's a seam wide open! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a 1st down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Thanks to grab. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Kennedy. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working that left side. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a 1st down at the 12. Leaves it with the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on 2nd down. It's a fumble. Inside the 40. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they turn it into a defensive score. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. James Madison is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there at Harrisonburg, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 13 over Georgia Southern. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Using his legs, it's Kennedy. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Quickly to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Longhorns will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch at the 30. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They go to the ground. Creates a little room. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Parker. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Texas A&M going up tempo. Here's a quick throw out to the left. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Back to pass. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And the Aggies have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. The give on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Parker. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Quick timeout call. offense after the play. Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Touchdown, Aggies! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. Clock in the second half.
Texas A&M, 24, Texas, 0, Texas.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Gonna run it. It's Kennedy. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, the Lone Star Showdown is among the most bitter rivalries in football, and so far today, these two have really butted heads. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Texas A&M and Texas plays out.
Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the 3rd quarter started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side of the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, enough half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Quickly complete. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him move him inside. You see him move him outside. You see him move him in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box in.
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pick up on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this... doing work.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will find...
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they're now down 24-7. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Out of the gun to give to the back. Past the sticks, and he may get more. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Looking for a productive play on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Gives it on the option. Turning it on. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Motion from the wideout. They'll ride the hot hand. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the running back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Off-play action on first down. Buying some time. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. Going to take a shot at this DB. Makes a grab for a big play. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's first and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Touchdown, Aggies! And the punishment has been extended. The Aggies in position to say goodbye to Texas University. So long to the orange and the white as they build the lead.
It's been gig 'em here. They're pulling away, just making more plays, and it seems like at the opportune moment, they're the team that's stepping up.
And they're loving this. The A&M fan base, that is, just loving giving it to their rival, Texas. If they can finish this one off, these people will go insane.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Grabbed in the middle. It's Keith. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
The Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Finding open areas. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. That's caught. It's Manziel. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Texas!
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well, then I'd give back that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And the defense finally stops him, right? He's had a heck of a day, and they're taking a shot down the field to him. And I think they've gone to their go-to guy because he's put up numbers, and he's been productive, and he's got that speed on the outside. Defense has definitely got an eye on him and kind of saying, hey, we got to make sure we take him away.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Playing the field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The throw to the outside is complete. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And, heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. There he goes. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. And the Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. From the red zone, it's Kennedy. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. I think the defense was ready for that quarterback sneak attempt. They filled every gap and stood up the offensive line.
And you got to get such penetration really quickly. Get low, get below those offensive linemen, and just create a pile where he can't drive his feet going forward. Great job by the defense.
Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll try to start this final period by putting a 3-spot on the board. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. He splits the uprights. That'll close the gap to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a tight one there on the farm. They're up by 11 over Cal. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Shoots it to the left. It's complete. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
They'll give it to him again. This time there is no running room to be found if this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row. Lost yardage leaves him looking at 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
Third down coming up.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Get it out on the screen. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Finds his tight end. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. And the Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverage.
Breaks into the open. Hits him with a stiff arm. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's West. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Isaac. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Right down the middle. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. He'll pull it on the read. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Offense facing fourth down.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Touchdown, Longhorn! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they need. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Paulo, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Johns. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Rides the back on the option, the give. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A&M comes back out with another first down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. This time stopped in the backfield and finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run. The Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Parker. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold.
That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. A low line drive and short kick. Corrals it at the 45. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. It's a one-possession game in the fourth. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Here comes the heat. He's moving out of the pocket. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. And they are looking to pull even with a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Snaps it in the shotgun. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And this offense, they got another positive gain, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get first downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Gets it out quickly. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Just keep slinging it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's decision time now because you score the touchdown, you're down 1 late. Do you want to just kick the extra point and tie it up, hope for overtime? Or do you go for 2? Do you get aggressive? Do you trust your quarterback if he has to throw it here to find an open player and give you the lead, even though there is still going to be some time left on the clock?
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
All knotted up and just a little bit of time left in regulation. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Quick release on the RPO. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is. Make sure he gets the right depth.
He's got it, 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game. Here's a 1st down, but there is no time to lose as this offense gets to the line quickly. Unleashes one deep. And the ball was knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's sort this one out. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The snap sets up to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Parker. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. the Aggies can really attack on this second and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Oh, he's got a chance. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. The holder will mark his spot at the 34. A 44-yard attempt, almost certainly for the game. From 44 for the game. Yes, sirree. The latest edition of this tradition-rich rivalry ends with the Aggies saying howdy to a victory over the despised Longhorns in the Lone Star Showdown. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.